Credit Karma gonna have y'all without a home, man. If you don't understand this one very important thing. But what's going on? It's Colin Brown here from GettingBolden.com. And hey, today I wanted to talk to y'all about something, man. Something very, 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 very important. If you don't understand this, it's gonna have you without a home. And if you're watching Credit Karma thinking that that's your credit scores and you thinking that that's gonna help you get into a home, you're gonna be very, very, very disappointed if you don't know this. So let's talk about it. Now, we know what Credit Karma is. If you're not familiar, it's a free app that you can get to, that's gonna show your credit scores with Equifax and TransUnion. Most people have this app or a similar app like Credit Sesame and things of that nature. And it's good, right? It shows you a, it's a very interesting topic. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Sean. Thank you, darling. Thank you, beautiful. So it shows you your credit scores, your surface level credit scores with the Vantage credit scoring system. If you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, let's back here. So let me just talk about surface level here. Now, Credit Karma is going to show you these two credit scores, right? And a lot of people go into it thinking that these are the credit scores that they're going to use when I say they, the mortgage lenders, when it's time to get into a mortgage. It's time to get into a home. But that's not the case, all right? So that credit score is completely different than what the mortgage lenders are going to use. Completely different. So you'll want to download Credit Karma and look at those two credit scores and even really think that's even close to what they're going to use, because it could be completely off by 10 points, 50 points, 100 points. It could be way off. So you don't even want to look at that, okay? Not as a determining factor for you getting into a home or not. So the question is, what score do they use then, right? What score do they use? They being the lenders. When it's time to get into a home, when you reach out to a realtor and he connects you with a lender, he or she connects you with a lender, who are you going to use, right? What score are they going to use, right? Did you know that you have a completely different credit score that you probably have never seen before? It's called a mortgage credit score, okay? You have a mortgage credit score with the three major credit bureaus. That's Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. You have a credit score that they use particularly to approve you or not approve you, okay? And why I said you've probably never seen this credit score is because you can't get access to it unless you have what's called my FICO subscription. If you go to myfico.com, it'll show you your credit scores, but it's not free. It's not like Credit Karma, so you can't get access to this, to my knowledge. And I'm not going to say that I know everything, but from my knowledge, I am pretty certain that there is not a way to get this score for free. At least monthly. Maybe there's a way you can, for a trial 7 days, and you can view it. But as far as just monthly being able to look at it every time you want, you're going to have to pay for it. And that's why I'm saying that you've probably never seen it before. Even if you pay for credit monitoring like with us, it's still going to be a different score. Okay? Now, what does this mean? I'm not telling you this so you can go look at your mortgage credit score per se. I'm telling you this so you don't look at Credit Karma and think, oh, well, since Credit Karma says I got a 650, this lender said I need a 640, so I'm good to go. Because you can go there and be completely disappointed. They might tell you have a 550, a 600, and you went in there thinking you had a 650, a 650 score overall, but it was really just your Vantage credit scores. And you don't have to fully understand what is Vantage, the Vantage versus the FICO scores. Understand why I'm telling you this. I'm not telling you this so you can focus hard on credit scores, because you don't want to credit watch. I tell all my clients, don't credit watch, credit score watch. Don't look at every score and say, oh, this is my score here, this is my score here. What's important is to know this information so that way you don't go into it thinking you're ready to go and you're really not. Because that score is going to be different. And why is the score different, you might be wondering. Well, think about it. When you buying a house like this, It's a lot different from buying even a car or a credit card, right? So you're probably going to be borrowing $200,000. That scoring module is going to be stricter than other scoring modules. So when you're going to get a credit card, it's easier to get a credit card per se than a home, right? Because a home it costs way more. You're going to be borrowing way more money. All right. So that scoring model is rated a lot differently than the other credit scores that you see because it's just a different model. It's the same information, a different model. It's kind of like if you had a contest and you have different judges. It's the same contestant, but they may judge it differently depending on their taste. And this is how the mortgage credit score is rated. It's rated differently. Okay. You don't have to fully understand everything about it, but what you need to know is that it's rated differently. So you don't want to go into it, download Credit Karma. Oh, Credit Karma say I got a 620. I only need, 10 more points. Yeah, don't do that. You might need a lot more than that. All right. Because even my mortgage scores were a lot different than what I thought they were. My highest score was only like a 770 and my lowest score was like a 700. Okay, which is different from other scores, but the mortgage score is different. Okay, so this is something you need to be aware of. And why else am I telling you this? Because you may have more work than you think you do. Why do you think everybody just don't walk into, the loan officer's office and get a home directly? Why do you think there's sometimes it takes time to, make that happen? Because your credit score may not be where you think it is. I've talked to thousands of people at this point, and what I see is a lot of times we think our credit is here, but it may be a little here. All right, it might be here, and we thinking it's here. We thinking it's better than what it is based on what Credit Karma is telling us. And I'm not saying you need to delete Credit Karma. I'm not saying it's trash. I'm not saying all right, exit out of, take it out the Play Store, the Apple, whatever. I'm not saying that, but I am telling you this so you'll be informed, so you'll know, so you won't go into the lender's office with your phone. Hey, Credit Karma told me this. No, okay, it's completely different. It's a different scoring module. The algorithm, what they use is completely different. And the number is going to be different, more than likely. Now, your score that you see on Credit Karma may be around the same, but more than likely not. Okay? So, that's why I'm telling you this. I wanted to pop on and inform you guys of that. You guys need to know also, when it comes to getting into a home, there's more things that you need than a credit score, okay? There's more than just a credit score. You guys need to be trying to save money. Show that you have assets. You need to have a savings account. You don't need to be overdrafting, okay? You need to be managing your money better. All these different type of things that goes into it that you need to be aware of. It's not as simple as, okay, Credit Karma said I got a 620, 640, so I'm about to just hop and go get me a house. It's a lot more complicated than that more times than not. But like I said, though, a lot of people don't realize how much more work they really need to do. So that's why I'm here to tell you, have you had somebody look at your credit report yet? Have you had somebody analyze and see where you really are and how much further you really need to get into a home? Because it got a lot harder during COVID-19, okay? It's still in a pandemic by terms, but during this pandemic, things got a lot harder, okay, to get approved because, what happened with the world and the financial stress it put on everybody. So all the lenders upped the standards, okay? And I told y'all this last year. The standards got upped. So where you needed this score last year, now you need this score to get approved. Where you needed this amount of money, and the way the real estate market is, oh man, that's a whole nother video to go in. So these are the type of things that you need to be aware of. That's why I'm telling you this. Um, but if you haven't had somebody look at your credit reports, you haven't had somebody tell you exactly what's going on, then, you know, you may need to do that. That may be in your best interest. Don't go into it thinking you're already ready. You may have a lot more work than you need to do. And I'm just being honest with you so it don't hit you out of nowhere. Okay? I don't want you to go in thinking that, everything's all good and then you have to wait a little bit longer. At least you already know that if you have, work to do. I want you to go in already knowing that. Or get with somebody like me so I can look at your credit report, send you a free credit analysis, and we can break down what's going on. We can talk on the phone. You tell me what your problems are, your issues are, and we get you going in a program that's already been shown to get people into homes. That's how we got into a home. I was my own client. I was our own client. That's how we got into a home, right? Me and my rib that's right here, Sean. This is how we got into a home, by going through the program, by everything that I show everybody else. So, this is the things you need to be aware of. Don't slack on it. Don't think it's just going to happen. Look, if you don't take action, nothing is going to happen. And a lot of people not being honest with you and telling you this, all the memes and all the quotes sound good, but if you're not taking action, then nothing is going to change. Just being real with you, nothing's going to change. So, if you know that you haven't had somebody look at your credit reports, if you know that you may be a long way away, if you didn't know this information I just told you, then you may need to have somebody look at your credit reports, okay? You may need to be in a program right now to help you. Now, you have things where, you could do it yourself. You can hire somebody else if you want to. Look, you need to do something, okay? And a lot of times the do-it-yourself thing doesn't work out for a lot of people when you have children, you have all these different obligations that you're already doing. It's going to be hard for you a lot of times. I'm not saying it's possible. I'm not saying you can't. I'm not saying that. All right. I'm just saying that what I do in my personal life, if I have something that I see that I'm not able to accomplish effectively on my own, I either pay somebody to do it or completely hand it off to them. And that's just how I roll, because I understand that convenience is also something that is valuable, whether you have to pay for it or not. But anyway, the whole point of this is you need to know that Credit Karma is going to stop you from getting into a home. If you do not understand that is not your mortgage credit score, that is not what a realtor and a lender are going to look at when it comes to getting you approved. That's the main point of me getting on here. Now, the second thing is, if you don't have somebody looking at your credit report right now, if you're not working your way towards getting into, a better financial situation with your credit and overall, then it's not looking too good for you getting into a home, right? So you need to make it happen. So that's pretty much it for now. If you guys have any questions, I'm going to post the link to the website. So if you guys want to book a call, go ahead. If you have any questions, just comment down below, and I'll be hopping back on here. I was going to go on here Wednesday. We got really busy, so, I made this Wild Words Fridays, right? It's all good. So I'll be hopping back on here soon, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't let Credit Karma get you messed up. All right, get into this home. Let's make these goals happen. Y'all been talking about getting into a home, so let's make it happen. All right, see y'all till the next one. Peace.